Hey, James Stratton here. I'm in a different location. This is far different from me being outside, wielding a chainsaw, trying not to slice my head in half. but this is a video I've been wanting to make, and I recorded it kind of, sort of, once when I was out in the woods, after I'd cut down that tree. But I haven't watched that footage back. I just feel like it was really spur of the moment, really incoherent. And that's ultimately probably what this is gonna be. But maybe I can string my words together in some kind of a way that don't sound terrible. Now, pardon me right now if I look down. I'm currently trying to design a house for my mom. But what this video is me telling anyone that watches this that you get one life. You get one chance in this festering shithole of a planet. You get one shot at this. And basically, don't throw it away. I came up with a quote. I know I'm probably not the first person that said it because I'm honestly not all that original. But what I came up with is live your best life, not someone else's idea of your best life. And that's something that really hits home for me because of kind of the way I was raised, I guess. That really hits home for me. Because my entire life, I've had, I don't know how many people, probably not as many as I'm dramatically trying to make it sound like, but I've had people basically try to just shoot down my dreams, at least with what I really want to have as my dreams and what I want to do with my life. When I was a kid, I would say, I want to be a truck driver. I want to be a writer because the only stable job my dad had was being a truck driver for 9 months until the company went under. And, in a way I wanted to be like my dad. Of course, then grew up and realized that my dad was the last person on the face of the earth who I wanted to be like. And, I used to write a lot. I was great at English in school. I loved creative writing. But then, you grow up, the world hits you, and your creativity is replaced by existentialism and nihilism and just complete and utter hopelessness. At least that's what happened to me, I'm not everyone. That happened to me. But my dream currently is to make affordable housing more accessible because, this is kind of a side tangent, but look at new houses on the market. $2, $3, $4, $500,000 in a relatively decent residential area. That's not... It's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. And I think someone like my mom, who has been working her ass off her entire life to provide for her family, deserves something better than the rotting, festering piece of shit that she lives in. And I lived in that house for a long time, before it was as bad as it is now. And, I don't know, that just fuels my passion. The fact that you can work your ass off your whole life, and you can still be living in the worst... I know it's not the worst house that anyone has lived in ever, but it's bad, and I have to do something about it. But, okay, back to the point. Unus annus, right? You get one chance. You get one life. The clock never stops ticking. Every minute that you spend, it's getting real now, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year that you spend doing something that you hate just to get by, that is time that, one, you don't know that you have, and two, time that you are throwing away, friend. You are throwing it away just to work your ass off a little bit harder. Wake up every day at a time you don't want to wake up, to go to a place you don't want to fucking go to. And the money will never be enough. For working class people like myself, that paycheck, every time you see what you get for a week, 2 weeks, or a month of selling your fucking soul, it's always going to come short of what you, first of all, probably what you need for a lot of people, especially what you want. You get just enough money that you can pay your bills and go about your life. Pay to live in a house that you're never fucking at consciously. You go there to eat, take a shit, and sleep. And that, that might cost you low end $500, maybe $400 for some shithole apartment with cockroaches in every outlet, to $1,000, $2,000 or more if you're more well off and you're trying to put on this facade that you're this big, grand, well off person. Let me tell you what. You ain't hot shit. I don't care how many commas your house has in the price tag. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about these status symbols, these granite countertops, precious hardwood floors, $5,000 chandeliers above your grand dining hall, your fucking open floor plans. I actually like open floor plans. Why am I crapping on that? Okay. I cannot continue to waste my life. And you shouldn't either. What I'm waiting for is the grand, beautiful, wonderful day when I have enough money and enough stability outside of my job that I get a bad day. I get a day where I just can't take it anymore. I can walk off mid-shift and I'll know I'll be okay. That day is far, far in the future. And probably get fired if anyone at my work sees this. It's just words, man. We get this one life. If there's something you want to do, you have to make actual steps to do it. You have to actually take a jump. And me buying that chainsaw last weekend, that was a tangible jump. Because, I'll briefly spoil my plan. I want to build my mom a house. And I want to mill as much of my own lumber as I can. To try and save as much money as I can. To try and get my mom in a house. And I want to build a following on YouTube around that. And I believe that I can do it. I know I have to try. Because the dreams you don't chase become your regrets on your deathbed. I don't know how many times I've said that, but that is true. The dreams you never chase are your regrets on your deathbed. Because if I do this and I fail, so what? Still got a job. I can still keep on keeping on. I've got other things I can chase. But I feel like I can do it. I know I have to try. Any of you watching this that have an idea, something you would rather do than what you're doing, work toward it. Work toward it. I would suggest make something real, something tangible that you can hold in your hand as proof that you, if you can take that one step, it's just that next step. And the step after that. The step after that. And soon you're walking. You're not just taking steps, you're walking. And then you blink and you're jogging. And you blink again, brother, and you're fucking Usain Bolt sprinting. Growth is exponential. It's exponential. When you're working towards something, it becomes exponential because right now, I don't know where you are, but right now I have a chainsaw. My next step is a chainsaw mill. And, the setup for that, $300 to $500. And I'm fully set. Another bar and chain for the saw, $100. Once it actually gets moving, your growth is exponential. We've got one chance to do this. One chance to make this life worth something to us. Because you look at me and you listen. Your worth is not defined by how much profit you can make for a company. Your worth is not defined by these numbers. And it's ridiculous that we live in a world and in a country where that is the case. Where that is how things are judged, is by how much money do you have? How much profit can you make for our company? How big of a win can you get for us? That determines your worth. And I say that is bullshit. Especially with my job, which, I'm not going to spill the beans on until after I'm no longer there. You can't just keep waking up every day hating your life, because that'll kill you. It'll kill you faster than anything. I know there are people at my job who actually like being there. There's people that have been there like 50 years. Still come back. And there are people like me that, I'm not some holier than thou person. My worth is no more less than anyone else in this world. I am just a human. I'm just a human. Plain and simple. I'm just a human. We're all just humans. I see a bigger picture. I've seen it for a while. I've always wanted, always, but since I was about 14, I've always wanted to build houses. Designing floor plans, trying to create these ideas. My biggest problem has always been, I'm poor. And as I have aged, that has only gotten worse, because I tried to build a house before, but step one, didn't know what I was doing at all, and I completely fucked it up from, ground level. 2, didn't have enough money. 3, my bills increased, so all of my money was gone. I couldn't have put any more money into that project if I had wanted to. I could have saved it if I could have just pulled, $5,000 out of some magic rabbit's asshole, but that's not how the world works. I'm not gonna just do nothing. Wake up another day just to pay the bills. Just to come home, eat, sleep, shower, do it again. 'Cause that'll kill me. The tedium of my daily life is the root of my depression. It is the root of the bad thoughts in my mind. And I've had people close to me give me the vibe that what I'm trying to do is not going to work. That's not how the real world works. So fucking what? That's not how the world works. Change the world.